Again, baby. Play your piano. Good boy. Mkono zote mbili. Both hands, darling. Baby, play. Aya, sawa, you're tired, eh?
Yeah, so now you've conducted a fundraiser.
Yes.
But nothing seems to be forthcoming.
Sure. So I had to admit and continue living because that was not the end of the world. So the money was put in ICEA. Yeah.
So at this point, your baby is how old?
He was 8 months.
He is 8 months, and this is the time you have discovered that he can't. He can't
is visually impaired.
Yes.
Yeah. So now I had just to start adapting, but it wasn't easy.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
I can just imagine.
Until when we came to 2-3 years, I decided to enroll him into school. So the first place I took him was Muthaiga Primary in Thika Road. That's where he went for nursery because I was told they have integrated classes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and maybe just to cut you short a little bit, apart from the fact that he could not see, the other milestones were okay. He
funny but not true. He sat down. Michael didn't crawl. He just stood up and walked.
Okay.
That was.
So he was fast.
Yeah. And Mom used to tell me I also never crawled. I just stood up and walked.
Oh, okay.
And my worry was now, like, okay, they have told me my baby can't see.
And
so I used to cry thinking he's crawling, hitting the table, everything which is on his way. I used to try and imagine how will it be. I could not see anything like God can make a way or no. I was just living in my own world.
So here he is walking.
He stood up. He's walking.
And could he maybe bump into things or
no? Do you know he used to walk until where the music system is and he puts loud music and then he runs away.
And he's
because of the boom. So that's the fun we used to have.
And now he's running
away.
He's
scared.
He has no idea where he is going.
He's scared.
But isn't our God faithful? Like,
I'm telling you, all things. I usually tell people, this is one thing I would like everyone to listen to. The moment we look at these people, we find them, most people call them abnormal.
Yes,
but do you know,
disabled.
Yeah. Do you know we are the ones who are abnormal and our brains are disabled because we only see the disadvantage they have, not only the advantages that they have. You get?
But which are so many.
They're very normal, very, very normal people. Very normal. It's only that one sense or two, it's not adding up. And another thing, you'll find even you, a normal person, okay, let's come to this point. You have your feet, your eyes, you're complete.
Yes.
But you'll still find a normal person begging, we, sunisaidie 10 bob, sunibaiye chakula.
And they have everything.
Yeah.
And at the same time, you find somebody else who can't see or can't do the things that we call normal. And they are working so hard. Take a case of Ruben Kigame. He's in the public domain. That's why I'm
Micheal Ongaro.
Yes.
He plays all music instruments. All of them. And he sings.
And he can't see.
Yes, he can't see. He plays guitar, piano, flute, everything.
They are abled differently.
He's on his own. He's living in his own house, paying his own bills. He comes visiting Micheal from his home to my place, and he takes a motorbike.
And he will come and he will not miss your house.
Yeah. And in fact, the first day he told me, can I come and see Micheal? I was like, where are you based? Can I come for his? No, Mama Micheal, don't bother, I'm going to come. The moment he came, I was, really, Micheal, you've come with by bike? I was like, yes. Huh?
They have accepted themselves.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. And now here, Mom, you are enrolling your baby to school.
Yes.
How was that? Because especially in most of our schools, they will look at you and wonder, I mean, did you enroll him in a special school?
Okay, what I did, I really tried, from that moment when I realized Micheal was visually impaired, I started doing a lot of researches. I never used to sleep, as in like trying to push and wanting to know much more, what can be done. After the retinopathy and prematurity, what damage happens, you know, like
what's next? Yes.
I used to go so much deep. That's when now I was advised you can take him to an integrated school where there are kids who can see and so that they can mingle. Life will be easy. So I decided to take him to Muthaiga when he was 2 years and a half. So I used to go by bus with the house girl. They have their food and everything. Now after 1 month or 2 months, every time the teacher used to call me when I'm at work. Hello, Mama Micheal. Yes, Micheal is fighting. Tomorrow, Mama Micheal. Yes, Micheal is crying. Okay.
There was an issue every day. Every day there could have been something
Mike is doing something funny at school. I would call, hi teacher, how are you? Fine. How is Mike? Mike is asleep. Ow! Gosh, I was like, what's wrong with this boy?
You came to school not to sleep, I mean.
They felt like, hello, Mama Micheal. Micheal is fighting.
Wow.
Until one day, the teacher called me and she told me, can you avail yourself in school? So I went. I found Mike he had his own mattress and beddings. And his own separate room for sleeping.
Because he could not cope with the
We never
children.
knew what was happening to Micheal. Micheal had autism.
Oh.
No one knew.
Oh, that's why now all this hyperactivity, that's where it is coming from.
He's fighting, he's biting, he's pinching, he's crying, he's fighting. You know, like, there's always something happening. At home when he comes, you know, there's no one to disturb him. But now in school, kids are all over him. So he gets those tantrums.
And he gets so aggressive.
Yeah, he bites himself like. And the moment he grabs you like this, hey, my friend, it won't be sweet for you. He will remain with your skin on his nails.
Because it's like a force driving him. You know,
He's biting, and he doesn't pinch the way as we pinch like this. He plucks.
With all his might. With all his strength.
Yeah, he will bite, he'll bite here. Until now, he's 15, he'll always like, he has done something silly, you tell him, why have you done that? He'll pretend he has a wound. And he'll show you.
From back then or...
I have a wound, so don't make that kind of noise. I'm sick. I have a wound
I can't take, not now, not now.
I'm feeling pain.
Not now.
So every time, I'm like, okay. Sorry.
And
when
he
wants
will
attention.
He will remind you that he's in some kind of pain.
So I went to school and the teacher asked me, Mama Micheal, do you know there's a certain condition called autism? Your son is suffering from autism.
Like, not again.
What is this autism?
Again.
I asked him, teacher, what is this autism? It's a condition like a kid doesn't speak, because I used to wonder, how come Mike is, okay, he could speak a few words and keep quiet.
And you thought maybe he's not the talkative type?
Yeah, because the dad, he's a silent guy.
Okay.
Very silent. Now, I went out and Googled. At the moment, I just read whatever autism is. I broke down and I fainted. So the next thing I found myself was, my husband was already there, and the kid and the house girl. So I was like, what took place? They talked to us and we went home. That was the end of Micheal's school in Muthaiga. In fact, the head teacher had to return my school fees.
Because they could not contain him anymore.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we stayed, I took him for an assessment at City Primary. So I was also referred at Kenyatta. They gave me some tablets to be giving him when he's hyper and everything.
To calm him down.
I never gave my son those drugs. None. No. There was nothing. I didn't give him. And from that time, that's when I realized there's something happening to my life. And I can't realize it maybe only until when God comes and reveals it to me. Because now life changed. That's the time the dad became rebellious now.
Yes. Because I think the pressure was too much for him also.
He couldn't hold it.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Yeah, it happens.
Until today, I would tell him, so come visit your son. He's like, it's like his son is an animal.
It's something he don't want to be associated with.
Yeah.
And of which you could understand, he took time to process the whole thing.
Yeah. So now we started therapy at Kenyatta. That's the time now we separated, 2010. I started taking my son to Kenyatta for therapy. It was quite expensive. And now this boy is growing up, three, 4 times in a week. Yeah. He started refusing providing. So whatever I had is what now I used to use.
So you had to stand on your own?
Yes, until when time came, I had to move. I really had to. As in, enough was enough. I had to go. So I went back home and I stayed for some time. 2 months, I felt no.
Still with your baby?
Yeah, and my house girl, I felt, I think I need to get up.
I need to do something.
Yeah, I left home, I went to Comoros and rented a house. I didn't have anything because the moment I was leaving this guy's house, I only carried my suitcases. Clothes only. Everything else I left.
That's how much fed up
I was. And you know, he didn't even know like we have disappeared or anything. We just locked the house and I took the keys to the neighboring shop.
So by the time he was coming back...
He came from work, he's calling me, all is well. Are you coming to cook? Yes, we're coming.
But
Until
you had already
midnight.
Moved on.
Yeah.
So
at midnight, that's when Mom told me, let me talk to him. Stop lying.
Your mom again.
So Mom told him, B is no longer coming back to your house. I think my daughter has had enough. Let them just be.
Let them
Despite the situation.
Let them be.
Let them eat whatever I'm eating. Yeah, until when God decides, kindly. Move on with their life. He couldn't believe. So we stayed, and after 2 months I moved out. I started being on my own, my house girl and my kid. Now that's when heartbreak worked on me nicely.
Yes.
Because I used to look at the baby like this, he's sleeping in the middle of the night, I'm seated. I used to cry my head off.
Because now you are all by yourself.
Where do I start?
What do you do now? This is
what a life.
Yeah.
I could call him and ask him, out of all the million girlfriends you've ever had in this world, am I the only one you felt I'm not being done the way you've done? Whatever you've done to me, really? There's God in heaven. No, I had so much bitterness. It went like that, which resulted into depression.
Yeah.
So it came to a point I broke down. Mom took me back home.
Now to her place, because
yes,
at this point you had already moved out.
Yeah,
you were staying.
We went back, and now I started like becoming very sick, stress. I mean, Kenyatta on and off, on and off, on and off, on and off. My lung collapsed because of stress.
Wow.
Yeah, I fell into depression. I came to a point I hated all men. I could never see a man eye to eye, me and him like this.
Because I could enter it in all reflected on what you had gone through.
Men are devils, men are...
Whatever we say, yeah.
Until I hated my kid, my own son.
Yeah, because he's a man also.
Yeah, my brother,
you wrapped him in that.
Yeah, he comes saying good morning to me. I'm like, stupid, get out of my room,
about
go!
The morning.
Yeah. So Mom, she decided, let this girl see a psychiatrist. So when I go for counseling, the person will start counseling me. I'm like, I'm the one who is talking. There's nothing you're telling me. It started with my dad. He threw me away. No. It went like this. I could count and count and count and count.
All the bad things that had been. Yeah. And I think you had been strong for so long.
Yeah.
You had, even neglected your own feelings for so long. And now it came a time that you could not bottle it anymore.
So
and now you are letting everything out.
Yeah. I could get in a matatu. I find it's full and there's only one seat remaining. And it's a gentleman who is sitting here. No,
you won't get into that.
Come out. I wanted to sit with my fellow women. I was just in love, like I want to sit with a woman. Yeah, I'm like, yeah. Now
at least you could identify with a woman.
This one can't have me. Until now, the journey goes. We are light.
And everybody goes to their own business. And how is your baby at this? How is the development? How is he growing? When you are going through all this turmoil, is it affecting your baby in any way?
No, how it used to affect him. He needed some love from mom.
Yes.
Now me, I used to slap him and I would even kick him. Get out of my face. I don't want to see you.
Because you're already so sick emotionally.
Yeah. And at least I thank God mom stood. She stood in that gap. She's the one who used to sleep with the boy.
She became a mom now to your baby.
Yes, and she could understand me so much. And so like I underwent pain for like 5 good years to come to terms and accept. 5 good years. It was not a small time.
Yes, for 5 years, because you're still trying to digest what is happening with your son and the breakup that has.
After 3 years, the guy comes back. He's telling me, "Come back home. Come back to your house." He has never given up. And already in between, I knew he had some women. I was looking at him like, "Are you sick in your head or something? What do you take me for?"
Wow.
Huh? He could tell me that I get married.
Leave me alone.
Get married. Yeah, go to your women. So he decided to move on with his life. So after those 5 years, I became like, I healed. My doctor, I thank him. I thank God for him. He's called Joatina, based in Kenyatta.
And he worked with you all through the journey.
I think he's the only person whom I managed to open up to, and I tell him the kind of life I was going through.
He's the only man you could stand at that point.
Because he never used to treat me like a patient. He could come. My girlfriend, what's wrong today? How are you feeling? Get up.
Yeah, I know how they can get. Yeah, they can get so psyched up.
I want you to be healed. We do a wedding. I'm like,
and you started to warm up now.
Until I had to undergo a certain cut over here because all the veins were dead. So he had to do a central line. Yeah.
Wow.
So he told me, you know what? I don't want you to die because you want to die. I said, you want to die? Yes, I want to die. He was like, you want to die and leave your son with who? He'll go to his daddy. I hate them. I was like,
or whatever will happen to him.
Yeah. So he started talking to me slowly by slowly. We became good friends. I could go see him. He told me, now I need you to move out of your mom's house and have your own crib. Be on your own. So I took a step. That time I was staying in Mathare North.
With your mom now?
Yeah. Mom had a place there. So we had constructed Mabati house like this. So when I moved out, I came to Umoja. I had a bed sitter. That's how I started.
Did you move with your son now? Or
no, I don't even want to see him. I was still undergoing my counseling with the doctor and
so the healing did not involve you accepting.
It healed later when I was on my own.
Okay.
Yeah, and the doctor knew that is how it will happen. So I started my life just being single. I could not eat. So mom used to bump my house anytime with shopping and with my baby.
With food and
they come like on a Saturday. We
what mothers do.
Yeah. She tells me how worth I am, and she could make my baby like sit on me, touch me,
and you could just feel the warmth.
Yeah, and she could tell me, see how much he loves you. See how like he's the only person you love. Now, mom used to ask me, how do you feel about me? I was like, I love you so much, mom.
Because you are my mother.
I was like, yes, that's Micheal who is saying, I love you so much, mom. Can you imagine? I was like, oh, I started now accepting my baby.
Now, the problem here, was it now the disability part that you could not really accept, or
it wasn't even that, because from childhood I'm the kind of a person who has been given a big heart for like everybody who is not able.
So it is a bitterness now from the dad.
Yeah.
Okay. It must have been so.
It's just the dad thing. Because I think I loved him so much.
Oh, yeah. That's the thing.
I really loved him.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And he was the man that who fell in my life with the desire of marriage.
Okay.
Yeah.
No other man had mentioned that to you before.
And you know, our life was good. He was working, I was working. He used to treat me like a woman. I used to be given everything I want. My salary is mine.
Ah.
Yeah, he used to spoil me.
You are queen in your own right.
Yeah. I never regret. And wherever he is, I always tell God to remember him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because he made you feel what nobody else had made you. Yeah.
He was a good man.
Wow.
So now I usually cherish him when I see the boy because he's a look-alike.
Copy and paste. So now you are Bilha, now here you are. At what point did you now start staying with your baby?
So now, in 2013,
yes,
I don't know how mom got some advice from her friends like you need to give this girl her child.
To bond and everything.
You're stealing the kids' love.
Yes.
You know, mother love, kids love, like that. Huh? So she told me, you need to take your baby now. I was like, as in?
Okay, how?
No, I never argued. I just kept quiet. And I was like, okay, sawa basi twende.
Mlete.
Twende, you know, we were just neighbors.
Okay.
Yeah, I did hold my son the hand. We went. So it was just me and him. And during that time, that's when I came to realize who God is in real sense. As in, he could even appear to me and speak. Yeah. So we stayed for a few months wherever we were. The house was small. I needed a house girl. I shifted to J.
Still in Umoja.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in J, that's when I decided, let me take him to Kilimani, Wood Avenue. I've always desired to give my children like a good education.
Oh, and all this time is he going to school when he's with your mom?
No, he wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you organize for a homeschooling or it was just, okay?
It was just keep quiet, meditate, think of which way forward now. Because now it's visually impaired and now I was running up and down looking for a school which has combined. But in Kenya, we don't have.
Yeah,
are you aware of that?
It's very challenging.
Are you aware?
It's very challenging.
I would wish even the president of this country, may he hear this message.
And the people, you know, the people involved, may they hear this message. And
can you imagine? They only build autistic schools, visually impaired schools. So today I'll run with Michael to visually impaired. Tomorrow autism school.
The other day, visually impaired.
My God.
It must have been so hectic.
Where?
Wow.
I decided to let my son stay at home. So I took him to Kilimani. He became a boarder. I could take him on Monday, pick him on Friday at about midday. So over the weekend we bond.
And then on Monday he goes back to school.
I didn't have to have a house girl that time. Only Mama Kibarua who used to come on Saturday, wash.
And they do the basic cleaning. Yeah.
So over the weekend we're just the two of us. That's how now we started loving each other.
And we're
in a desperate situation, it's just me and him. So the baby could live and tell me, Mom. I was like, yes. Just me and you and Jesus. I was like, yeah, so you know.
Because he has some form of speech, even if he can't.
He has speech, he has. So, you know, he drove me back. There's somebody called Jesus.
Because all this time?
Yeah. He's just the one we live with.
All this time you've not considered this. There is a higher power.
I used to ask God, why me? You know, most people have that question.
Yes,
why
of
me?
all women.
The devil blinds you, as in you don't see the benefit, or like you don't see
the good
there's
side.
A well somewhere.
No.
There's some light.
You just see the darkness.
Why me?
And how disadvantaged you are.
I've served you from my childhood. I've always been helpful to people.
I've always been a good girl.
I don't abuse people. I don't laugh at lame.
Do they really deserve this?
Yeah, why, you know? And I learned not to complain and appreciate every situation. So we went on Kilimani, 2-3 years. It came to a time Mike was beaten by a certain teacher. So when I went to pick him on Friday, I think he was beaten on Wednesday. He was in so much pain that he couldn't even walk.
It was that bad?
Yeah. I took him to the hospital and the doctor was like, what? He wrote a letter, he was treated, and I was told, go take a P3. And if you don't do it, I'm the one who will do it. So I had to do a follow-up to Milimani police station. So they did their job, and I thank God. We tried to go to the media house, Nation Center. So I left Nation being heartbroken. It was just like that. The teacher went. They did whatever they were supposed to do.
So no action was taken against the teacher?
She was sacked.
Okay.
Because they didn't want the school to be on.
Yeah, to be exposed.
No, yeah. So we went home, we stayed home, no school.
So now you have withdrawn the boy from Kilimani again.
Stayed home. So we shifted from Umoja, we went to Tasia Feather. So in the process, some ladies who are my friends, they tried to tell me, no, you know, it's not good the way you keep the kid in the house, you know. I'm like, it's not that I can't afford to pay him school fees, but you never know what I go through whenever he's in those schools, and whatever. So they insisted. I took him to a certain school in Utawala. It's called Esley. And unfortunately, the boy broke down in that school, and it was quite expensive. I was paying 100,000 per term.
Wow.
So it came to an end of his education, because the moment you take Michael to school, he comes back at home being stupid, more stupid.
Like there is no progress. Nothing is.
He'll poop on himself. He'll urinate on himself. His work is just to, you know, like you even get irritated.
And
so I'm like, I'm wasting my money. You come back home and bring me the thing. Ka nyumbani, wacha niandike maid. Yeah. So that's how I said, let his education
come to an end.
Because there's nothing, And I believe him in teaching him the way, the little that I'm doing, he only needs basic.
Yes.
Michael is not a kid that will take to school to be waiting for him to achieve an A, B+ and everything. No. For him, it's just the life skills. That's what he needs.
And that's what you have been teaching him.
Yes. And most parents, that's all they need for their kids. Which means even if we get that school, they just need to be trained how to day-to-day life. Because as parents, we won't live forever. We won't feed them forever. We won't cater for them forever. We won't protect them forever.
Yes.
They also have their lives.
They have their lives to live. Yes.
So after withdrawing him, I had already learned that Mike loves music so much.
Yes.
And it was like from the time he was in the stomach, because me, I love music. Music is my everything. It calms me down in every situation.
And do you sing?
I can sing, my friend. Hey, I love music.
I don't know, you sing for us after the video. So now you've discovered he loved. And by the way, you had told us when he started walking, he would go to the music system.
Add volume.
And run away. And now here you are, and you want him to pursue this passion that he has always had.
So because of autism, his fingers are always on the move.
Okay.
He's always doing something. So I decided to buy him a piano, this size. So he has been doing piano, and he enjoys it. He will create his own melodies until it came to one point we were taken to Sign TV for an interview.
Wow.
Thinking something will happen. I wonder where the interview went. Another one came in the house.
And severally.
Yeah, nothing happens. I never see anyone coming back to knock and say, Mama Michael, now we've come back. You welcomed us, we went, now we've come back. This is what we've come with. Yeah, for Michael.
Wow.
So I would tell you it's not that easy, because Michael lives on diapers, adult diapers.
Okay.
But now during the day I don't put him on diapers. At night is when now I have to wrap him. Yeah.
Because he has no control of his bowels and...
He can, but now, you know, like at night, he doesn't have anyone to tell, I want to go to the loo.
Yes.
And he doesn't speak. He shows you by the signs. Yeah.
So that's how you communicate. He will tell you what he wants by...
If he wants to pee, he will come stand next to you, pick your hand and make you touch in front.
Yes.
If he wants to go to long call, pick your hand, show you the behind.
And over the years you've learned his language.
When he's hungry, he sucks his mouth, and when he's thirsty. So that is he's always rocking. He sits like this, always rocking. He likes rocking.
Is it calming himself down
that's what the doctors told me. And sometimes, you know, he sits and he's just playing with his fingers.
Okay.
So every time I usually pull him over and tell him, sit nicely,
up, yeah.
shake him. I don't want your back to act. Stand up, dance, yeah, like that. Well, yeah, the most challenging thing is in our life, I would say we live on our own. The society deserted us.
Because they are not, they can't understand the entirety of this situation that you are in.
It came to a point, I'm pretending, seeking sympathy.
Oh, how was that? How did that make you feel?
I became bitter, but it made me strong. Until date, I don't borrow anyone. Yes.
Because
we better starve. Because I don't want to seek that sympathy they think that I'm seeking. I lost everybody. Yeah. And
but
I
you
became
stood with your
contented.
son.
Yeah. Till date.
Apart from your mom.
There are even some of my aunties and my uncles who don't even know how my son looks like. And they are well off.
They have never come to see him?
Nah. And I can't take him. Why should I? If you feel you can't come and see him, why should I bother? My son is the kind of a person he can't bother matatu. If you have to move from one point to another, you must have cash for the cab.
For the cab.
If you don't have cash for the cab, stay in the house.
Stay in the house.
Yes. If mom is not able, stay in the house.
And sometimes even when they are having the family gatherings, they will not understand why you're not.
We don't go. They usually say that we jitenga. We like jitengering. But it's not jitenga, it's what we were shown.
Yes.
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't want to go and be a bother.
I don't want to be a bother to anyone. He's my burden. Let him be. Because at times you would even him tell you, somebody told him he's a burden. Yeah. And you know, it kills me.
Yeah.
Do you know, I prefer sometimes even like I don't have a house girl. I would lock my son in the house, wake up, cook for him, feed him, put him on diapers, as in clean him, put him on the bed with toys to play, and I rush to the office, I go sign, and I come back. I just find him alone.
Wow. 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 And it's not because you don't want, it's just that the perception of the society.
To whom do I go to? To whom do I go to? This is another world.
Wow.
The world that people lived, world of love. I don't know where it went. World of kindness. I don't know where it went.
Yeah, people have become so self-centered and selfish.
It went.
Yeah.
It's just you and your God. The little faith that you have in Christ, that is what will sustain you.
Wow.
That is what sustains us. And His grace, which is always sufficient.
The grace of God.
Yeah.
It is. So, could you say your son brought you closer to God?
So much. And my lifestyle changed, my life changed so much. I would say like most of my friends who are my age mates, I'm 42 right now. Huh?
Oh, you don't. You tell us
Actually, they passed on, most of them.
Wow.
They passed on because of rebellion, you know, like they rebel.
But now,
I can't get late to come home.
No. You have to
I would even prefer, like, I call my boss, I can't come to the office. And I thank God, like, I've been having very good understanding bosses. Because Michael's case, whenever they hear, they're like,
it's okay.
Yeah.
It is okay.
But that is God's grace.
Wow.
There's some who live in, there's a certain lady who told me, go kill the boy so that you can come and report to work. I kill my kid.
That's how, I don't know how I can
you know,
put it.
You get all kinds of answers. Anybody can tell you anything. So sometimes you're even walking on the road, people will say anything. I've even been told that I tried to sacrifice my son to become rich.
And that's why he turned out the way he is. Wow. You hear all sorts of things. And that must be so heartbreaking.
Sometimes you even find my sibling is abusing me, like when you're not in terms. You're paying for your sins. Which sins?
And that's somebody very close to you?
Yeah, my blood. The one I would say, if I die today, he would pick my son and raise him up.
Yeah.
So I always tell God, I know I have no one. And I've always raised a prayer and I told God, the day you'll know that you're taking my life away, separate us with a gap of 2 hours. Because I know, if I closed my eyes today, Mike doesn't have a life.
Nobody would be there for your son. Wow. And now here we are. And maybe just to brighten things a little bit, what is the most, I mean, what has been one of your highest points, you know, living with Micheal? The joys of living with this
I would say
this
he's my
special boy.
life, he's my gift, he's my blessing. And the best blessing that I've ever received from God, from above. Yeah, the best. First is it's my life and good health. Then Mike, having Micheal by my side. I would tell you something, like 2 weeks ago, I was seated on the sofa with him, we were just talking. So the moment I woke up, I don't know what happened, and I just felt severe pain on my tummy. So I was not able to walk. I went on my knees, I started screaming. Do you know, Micheal lifted me up and he took me to the bedroom.
And he can't see.
Yeah.
How sweet. How sweet. So you feel you have all this protection, all this love.
I don't even miss love.
You
I never miss friends, as in having friends because they deserted me. No one will ever come like last year. You know, we are always on and off in the hospital because of his conditions.
Yes, yes.
No, as you live and see, no one comes to visit us in the hospital. We are just me and him and maybe our house girl.
Wow.
We are doing well.
Yeah. And life goes on. And you are showing me some photos of you and him, and you bond so well.
Yeah,
and
so much.
Because you have come to realize that
he's all that I have.
Wow.
Yeah. And also another thing, God can never give you a burden that you cannot be able to carry.
Talk to a mom.
Yeah.
Raising.
Yes. Ladies, I need you to wake up and shake.
Wow.
Shake for your kids. Because God has a purpose.
Wow.
And you might not feel like, the world does not recognize you, but God recognizes you much and more.
Wow.
And you'll be going too far because of those kids. Don't throw them away. Don't mistreat them. Kindly. With my fellow women.
Wow.
Give them love. And also realize that's the reason why, that's the purpose you are in this world.
Yes.
Most people don't realize their purposes. I always tell people my purpose, I am here, living, serving my purpose, that is my child. Yeah. Until the moment I'll finish up with my purpose with Micheal, that's when maybe I'll go home.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I'm not dying soon.
No.
I'll be a shosho of 6 generations.
Wow. That's a great prophecy from your mouth into God's ears. That's a great prophecy there. And now, Mama Micheal or Bilha, what do you do? How do you support your son?
I won't lie, it's hectic. We live by God's grace, mercies, and anyone who just a few friends who are Indians. Mostly, I would say there's one called Johnny, ATCL in industry area, he supports me. There is another one in Baricho called Raju. If my gas goes off, he's the one I'll always
You
rush
just
to
pick
call,
your phone and he'll
I also
be
have
there.
another one called Asesh, a close friend. They support me so well. And I always wonder why such kind of people. They're not even Christians.
I was about to ask you.
They're not
I
even
was about to
Christians.
ask
But
you, how did you even connect?
You even call your pastor, nobody responds. You try your MCA, he's dodging you. You try your MP, dodging you. I never have any fund, no funds. People always tell me, oh, these disabled people, they have funds. I don't get any fund. It's just my God who provides in a mysterious way. When we have, we eat. When we don't have, we sleep. And life goes on. And Mike is just growing pum every day.
Yeah. I saw him.
He never does junks, as people always think I'm feeding my son with junk. No. He's just so healthy. Doma, malenge, mandizi, cabbage, whatever comes our way.
Wow. And do you have maybe a special diet for him now? Okay.
I couldn't manage to raise him on an autistic diet because it's quite expensive.
Yeah, because I understand there is an autistic diet.
It's very expensive. Wow. That one is X. I told God he'll eat whatever I'm eating.
And he has been okay.
Yes.
He has been okay. He has turned out so okay.
You can see he's 90-something kgs.
Wow. And he's 15 years.
Yeah.
A very loving. There is no dull moment.
He
I
has
can say
gone
that.
the milestones of a man. He's circumcised. He's
Wow.
a grown-up. At the age of 20, I know he must be having a girlfriend somewhere.
I know he would be having somebody.
I'm struggling, working hard, and also telling God to make a way for me so that I can establish him.
Wow.
Because maybe by the time I'll be 50-something, I'll be somebody.
Yes.
Yes. He's normal, very normal.
He's just like any other man. I mean,
very normal.
There's nothing short
Yeah.
of a man.
There are those few challenges that we go through because you see, like I'm a woman, he's a man. So there is that, but I have a close person, a close man, a friend who intervenes.
Who is there?
Who intervenes. When I see something, kuja.
Come and explain
this
whatever is
I don't know, whatever is happening.
Whatever is going on here, we need some explanation.
So when he comes, he says, this is very normal. He's healthy. He's doing well. Yeah.
Wow. So you have somebody who is a role model to your son.
Yes.
And he's been doing great.
And I pray.
And we salute you. We applaud you for stepping in and for being a great person. For being a great.
You know, like when he's not even in the house, the boy is always calling his name. He has a certain nickname he has for him. He calls him Stuku Stuku.
Stuku Stuku. Stuku Stuku. He's the only one who knows
so I always ask what is Stuku Stuku, and then he calls him Kajuns.
Oh, okay.
So they have their language.
They have their coded language.
Kajuns kuja, he wakes up.
Yeah, I was telling some men that their coded language we can't fully understand it.
I even tried to Google that the meaning of Stuku. It's a Portuguese word which doesn't have a meaning.
Now, what do we say? Yeah. What do we say?
So that's how life has been, and I'm grateful to be a mom. I never feel like I'm not complete. I feel I'm the most complete woman. And I would even tell you I'm proud than you are.
Wow.
Yes.
I know that. And I can see that, and I can see the glow on your face as you talk about your son. But it has not always been like that. As
we do have moments, bitter moments, painful moments. I won't lie. It's not always smiling. Yeah. But when you have Christ in you,
he comes all the situation.
Every time. He's the father to the fatherless. I don't have a daddy. He's my daddy. He's the husband to the widows. I don't have a husband. He's my husband.
Wow.
So, what else do I want?
You are complete.
Me, I'm done.
And you are
I'm
enough.
good to go.
And you are enough.
Yes.
And you are doing great.
And my dad is a king.
Wow.
Wow.
And he owns everything.
Yes.
Wow.
Me, whenever I tell him I need this, I do find it. I get it. And the way it will come, it will just come in a miraculous way.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you for being so strong. Thank you for sharing your story. And I know my viewer there, maybe you are there and you have a baby or a child who is able differently. And I know you have been inspired by Bilha's story. It's such an inspiring story, and we are going to put her contacts. Maybe you can contact her. You are there and you are wondering, what am I going to do with this child? Or what am I going to do with the challenges that I'm going through with my baby? We are going to put the contacts of Bilha, and I know she will allow us to so that you can get in touch with her. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And please subscribe, like and share, and turn on the notification bell. Until we meet again, God bless you so much. Bye-bye. Thank you.